Although I was not at Brady when this photograph was taken, I was a member of the Miners from the age of 10. I joined about a year after England won the World Cup. I'm not sure there was a minimum age for people to join the Miners, but it lasted until you were 13 when you moved up to the junior club. This particular photograph looks like it was taken from the balcony, which was above one of the goals, and shows us playing five-a-side football. This was part of our training exercise when we would start off with running around the gymnasium for a while. We would then do some training exercises such as heading the ball to each other, and finally, and for most of the time, we would play five-a-side football. The training was actually led by a gentleman called Jack Pawley, and whilst the five-a-side games were in themselves very enjoyable, they were primarily a means of preparing for our games at the weekend, which were usually played on Hackney Marshes. And after the training was over, we would go round and look at the notice board and see whether we'd been selected for either the A, B or C team for that weekend. The Miners, for the boys at least, certainly played mainly football. But we did do some other activities as well, and one of the ones I particularly remember was doing quizzes. I got out, in fact, the other day my medals to have a look at to remind me of the activities that we did there when I was looking at the photos. And I noticed that for quizzes I had mainly bronze medals, and for football I had mainly gold and the occasional silver one. I'm not quite sure if this is because we were much better at football than we were at quizzes, but it could also be because when we were playing football, we generally only played against other Jewish clubs in the Association for Jewish Youth League. But when we were doing quizzes, we competed against clubs from all over London in the London Federation of Boys Clubs League. One of the other main memories I have of being in the Miners was going down to Skeet. And we generally went down there on the train with the older boys who would show us the way across the fields. And it was, I think, particularly at that age, when we were under 13, for many of us, one of our new adventures of getting out of town and seeing the countryside.